What's up, guys? It's Cargo, and I'm coming in with more Battlefield 3, and I've got some good tank gameplay here. There's some here, and if you're only interested in tank gameplay, there's more if you skip to the 8-minute and 30-second mark. And that one's shorter, but it's got some good stuff too. But there's also some good infantry, so I encourage you to watch the whole thing. But I really like the tanks, and they're very good in squads, is what I'm finding. And that seems kind of obvious, I guess, but I hadn't played Battlefield before. So, with more usage, I'm finding that running tank squads is a good way to play. And what I mean by that is, it doesn't really matter who's driving the main tank, but as long as they have a bunch of tank upgrades, then they're really useful. And then having an engineer from your squad in the gunners, the 50 cal, because then they can hop out when you're engaging another tank, or if you've taken a couple RPG hits, and repair your tank, because going up against a tank who has an engineer, or even two, repairing it is really difficult. There has to be a very concerted effort from the other team to take that tank down, or the person driving it has to be an idiot, one or the other, or both, I suppose. And then another good option for the rest of the people in the squad is have somebody with an IR scope on, because then they can spot all the tank mines, because you can spot tank mines just in a tank, but when you're in the middle of combat, sometimes they're hard to see, and of course if somebody doubles up or triples up on tank mines, then your tank's done for. So it's good to have a couple infantry on the side. I would suggest having a recon with you so they can set up a mobile spawn for your engineer if he dies when he's out of the tank, or if your IR spotter dies, then they can respawn fairly close to the tank. Because of course you can't respawn on the tank if there's not an open spot. So yeah, having a recon or another engineer or support class, it all would depend on your personal preference. And then probably a medic with an IR scope to spot mines, as well as take out guys with RPGs who keep hiding around corners, but they're pretty easy to take out with the tank, especially if you have an engineer to repair. So yeah, that's what I think it would be the most effective using, is when you have somebody with a tank in your squad, is everybody to switch over to those particular classes and perform those roles. And then you can either hold an objective, hold a choke, kind of like I'm doing, so that tanks and infantry can't get past. And it'll work out really well, I think, for you. Another thing with the tank is you need to be aggressive with it. Like right there. You don't want to just let infantry get away from you, because in many other games people aren't aggressive with tanks or vehicles because they think if they pop around the corner they're going to get blown up. But not so much in Battlefield 3. In Battlefield 3, you want to follow the infantry when they run and hide from you, so you can pick them off before they have a chance to regroup. Right here I'm just getting lucky because I have an engineer repairing me, so that's why I'm being able to take all this ridiculous amount of damage from the tank and a bunch of RPGs and whatnot. It's also good to switch between your coax and your main gun if you're the person driving it, just because you can kill people faster that way. Shut that door with my coax. There, and then you can hear my engineers repairing me again right now, but I'm pretty sure he gets taken out here by one of the guys kind of circling around behind us. So I'm staying in as long as I can without getting killed, trying to clean these guys up, but and then get a nice double kill there off of that vehicle. But then I hop out because you don't want to stay in here longer than you have to. So I hop out, take him out, and then go ahead and retreat back here. Now, I cut a lot of the kind of the fluff out of this gameplay, where either there's a couple minutes where I don't get a lot of kills, or I just die twice in a row. And let me know if that bothers you, because I'm just trying to be concise and keep it interesting here, and I feel like you'll appreciate that. Just not having to watch a bunch of BS where nothing really happens. But let me know if it does bother you, because I don't want you to feel like you're being deceived or anything. But I think you'll like the conciseness and the cuts I made. I've picked up playing the medic, or the assault class, I guess you would say, mostly. Just because they're really, really useful. Now, all classes, if they're good players playing them, are useful, but I like this one. I think next I'll probably level up the recon, because there's not too many good recon players out there. And like I was mentioning earlier, it's really helpful to have a recon person to set mobile spawn points in your squad, whether you have a vehicle or not. So once I get up a sufficient level with my assault class, I'll probably level up my recon class as well. And I just got the F2000, I think, right before this game started. And I love this gun, because in MAG there's a game called the ATAC, which was based on this gun. And I loved that gun. It was really accurate. There wasn't a whole lot of kick, but sufficient damage for how many bullets it put out. So, I'm loving this, and I actually like the iron scope, or the, sorry, I can't remember how you used to put it. Iron sides? Whatever. Anyways, I like not having a scope on this gun, because the scope kind of hinders it, and I think when you're in close quarters combat, it bounces around too a lot, and I think I've had a couple of deaths just because the gun bounces around too much with, say, a ACOG or a hollow or something. So I really like having just iron sights on my guns, because chances are, at least for me, I'm not the most accurate person with burst fire. So if I have to use a scope, like an ACOG or something, to zoom in on them at range, then I probably, like, my chances of getting killed go up significantly. So I'd rather engage in closer quarters combat. But of course this gun is fairly accurate, so I'll probably actually stick an IR scope on it once I unlock it, because I love this gun. I did have some experience with it in the beta, so I was looking forward to unlocking this one. I just got lucky right here. I kill this guy, but then you'll see I take some damage, but then the guy just like runs past. He apparently didn't care, and you can see him running off right there. And I'm not quite sure how I managed to get out of that one, but oh well. Against a better player, I would have been dead, I'm sure. Whip out my pistol. Aw, yeah. You also notice the amazing inaccuracy with my pistol. I'm just accurate enough to get it done. Get her done. And in real life, I would have been dead right there. Something about a helicopter rotor blades like blowing up 10 feet from you that doesn't spell survival. And I really, really wanted to knife this guy, but I just couldn't. So I had to settle for a pistol kill. Because getting knife kills from behind is oh so satisfying. There's not many games where getting melee kills is as satisfying as in Battlefield 3. It's pretty tight in Killzone 3 probably too. Well, any of the Killzone games. Alright, so here's the tank one, and in this one, I wasn't in the tank for very long, but I was able to spot some mines. Which a lot of tank people just run right over the mines and get themselves killed, which is idiotic. But it's another reason why why it would be nice to have somebody in your squad with an IR to spot the mines. And you don't need an IR to spot the mines, by the way. They just glow when you use the IR, so they're really, really easy to see. So you can call it out to somebody with explosives, or just the person in the tank. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, you see me blowing up some mines here. So you can do it by yourself in a tank, and it's definitely worth it to spend a little bit of time picking off the mines as opposed to just blindly going someplace. Because tank support is really, really helpful in this game. Because even if the tank can't kill anybody, it will keep people under cover if there's no guy with an RPG. And then this is just an embarrassing section where I just missed with my first two. I probably could have got the tank if I didn't miss with my first two, but I was just totally off. So I put excuse me, put a couple rounds into him, then I hop out. And then I don't know what I was thinking here. I was trying to be a boss and look around the corner like a boss, except I just died like a boss. Wait for it, wait for it. Oh, coax, and I'm dead. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I skipped ahead a little bit here. And this just kind of highlights why I like using iron sights on the guns in Battlefield 3, at least the assault rifles, if I don't have an IR. Just because it's a lot easier to see the guys. And when you're on full auto, for some reason I just feel like I can keep the gun under control a lot better with the iron sights. Yeah, see, I just unlocked the foregrip. Just got this gun. But oh, how I love it. Whee! Grenades! Ah, yeah, mow them down. Clean them up. And then you'll notice right here, some guy spawns behind me, and I'm not, like, he must have had attack insert type thing, because I don't know how he spawned there, but whatever. But we won that game. We pretty much dominated just because we got the foothold at the early of the game with the tank, and then just went from there. And sorry, I'm just stroking my E-peen right there with my 17 ribbons. Ridiculous score. So just indulge me for a second. Thanks for watching, keep calm, and super champion.